Hello everyone, my name is Silvano and welcome to my channel Silvester Official. I used to hate Trunks, but not anymore. Because after I read Dragon Ball Super Chapter 88, I love Trunks. I officially love Trunks. I want to talk about Trunks and his new personality in the newest chapter of Dragon Ball Super. And I am super happy with what I got in the newest chapter of the Dragon Ball Super. So come with me and talk about brand new Trunks in Dragon Ball Super. And now, without any further ado, let's dive into the topic. And now, what do I mean about Trunks that finally get the character he deserves? Well, I just want to discuss and simply talk about Trunks that finally getting the character he has been needed all this time. The arc of Dragon Ball Super has now been confirmed to focus on Goten and Trunks, and this has made me quite interested in the latest arc from Dragon Ball Super, which has also been confirmed that this arc alone will be the prelude arc for the movie of Dragon Ball Super Superhero, and I'm all here for that. This time we got a reintroduction for Trunks, and this time I am very satisfied with how Trunks was portrayed in the latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super. The latest chapter of Dragon Ball Super really managed to win my attention. Chapter 88 opened with a reintroduction towards Saiyaman. Yes, because you know that this chapter is like paying homage to the early chapters of the Buu saga, which I really like and managed to make it more interesting than what we saw in the original Dragon Ball. Opening it with the introduction of Saiyaman X1 and Saiyaman X2, who managed to stop a group of thieves, and that was super entertaining for me. And after this, we were shown how good the character of Trunks and Goten are portrayed in this chapter. Because, to be honest, every time I see future Trunks, I feel that something is missing with Trunks, and after reading this chapter, I think I know what it is. That rather than combining Bulma's gentle nature and Vegeta's edgy nature, how about giving Trunks a cool boy characterization? Like, Trunks happens to be too polite and too edgy, not at the same time, and that kind of things don't mix well within Trunks' character, so giving him that balance in the characterization where his character can be fleshed out more and giving him more depth in his characterization is the right decision in my opinion. Because after read chapter 88, I finally really like Trunks. This reintroduction is really extraordinary to me. Managed to give a big difference between Goten and Trunks. This is really cool because, to be honest, just seeing Trunks cycling amazingly and showing how cool Trunks is really effective for me. This makes me really like Trunks. Trunks is a talkative kid who actually prefers things more related to fighting, while Goten, who has a special interest in technological things, show how different they are and also how good their friendship is shown here. Here we also see the same scenario during the Buu saga where we see Gohan hiding his identity as a Saiyaman, just like when Trunks and Goten tried to hide his duty as a Saiyaman X1 and Saiyaman X2. Their interest in superhero shows really reinforced the fact that this latest arc is a prelude to the Dragon Ball movie Superhero, because to be honest, I was in a period like Goten and Trunks, a kid who really loved superhero show. It ended with me who are inspired to be the same as the superheroes that I often saw in school, and I can relate to them is a good thing in my opinion. All of these things makes Trunks' character fresh and comfortable to enjoy. Chapter 88 focusing on Trunks is a really good thing, showing various things he's been doing all this time. Trunks was secretly crushing over Mai. Trunks being late for school is something that I think is really fresh because, to be honest, I really like the daily life side of Dragon Ball, which has been absent for a long time, and suddenly come back from his absence from a long time is amazing to see overall. All the things that I hate about Trunks fly over my head and got replaced right with this new version of Trunks, which is really perfect in my opinion. Makes Trunks a character who has won my heart. I finally love Trunks. Here we finally see the friendship between Goten and Trunks, where we see how Trunks is afraid of ghosts compared to Goten, who thinks logically by saying that Goku and Vegeta had returned to the real world in a spirit state. It makes sense, but yeah, Trunks still thinks that it's different. Chapter 88 is a really perfect reintroduction for a lot of things in Dragon Ball. A great reintroduction for Goten, Trunks, and a perfect reintroduce for the daily life as a whole, which has been absent for Dragon Ball for a long time, and overall this chapter has been 10 out of 10. Chef kiss for this chapter, it's really perfect. I also really hope for Toriyama and Toyotaro to be careful for bringing these two characters forward, because of the reintroduction of these two characters is really super perfect. Don't spoil all of this with the story arc, which makes these two characters become irrelevant, because I really hate those things. And I really hope for Dragon Ball Super to provide a good storytelling for these two characters, especially Trunks, who has made me fall in love with this character again. Don't make me to hate this character, because the story in this arc does not support Trunks to become an active character in the future. If I am allowed to have a big expectation, I want this arc to show the history of Trunks becoming a swordsman. Because if not now, then when? Because now Trunks is now in his teens. Therefore, I think this arc could be an arc that can provide a history of the beginnings of how Trunks became a swordsman, like future Trunks that we know so far. I hope Toriyama and Toyotaro will give a satisfying story to give a reason for how Trunks can become a swordsman, because if not now, then when? We need a decades to get an arc where the main character focuses on Trunks and Goten. Well, actually we already have an answer for that, sort of, because in one of the Dragon Ball movies, Wrath of the Dragons, we are shown Trunks in a relationship with a character named Tapion, and at the end of the movie we are shown how Trunks became a swordsman. That's really good, but it's a shame that that movie is non-canon. So the origin of Trunks who becomes a swordsman in that movie is also non-canon. So on this occasion, Toriyama and Toyotaro can make a story that is more satisfying than what we get in the movie Wrath of the Dragon. So I hope Toriyama and Toyotaro give Trunks a satisfying emotional journey in this arc. And that's it for this first video of my channel. I hope you guys are having a great day. Like this video and comment down below about anything related to this video or any manga in general. Subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification so every one of you can get notified every time I upload a new video. So goodbye and see you in the next video.
On my chest, our hearts beating. I can't wait to kiss you each morning.